Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today we're going to be following an Archon 2 Pangolier. This is a 50-minute game, but we're going to be only watching the first 20 minutes of it, and basically I'm going to critique every little thing that I notice about his gameplay that he should fix for the better. And so without further ado, let's hop into it. Alright, before we get into the main part of the video, I do want to let you guys know that I'm not only posting videos here on YouTube, I also frequently post videos on the website. If you don't know what I'm talking about, almost every single day I'm posting a new video to the Game League website. We're going to teach you guys in depth about how to get to the next level. So if you want to become absolutely broken, click the link down below and sign up. Alright, Pangolier is a hero right now that I think is incredibly powerful, and I wouldn't say he has the best Pango game. Okay, I think Pango's pretty good against Jakiro. It's pretty easy to play around Ice Path. You can use your shard to get around it. You can solo kill Jakiro. I think you're extremely good against Archon. Just get on top of him. You have a ton of AoE spells, AoE stun for his ulti, and you're pretty good against PL, right? You decimate this hero in the early game, right? You easily gank Peel, you can track him through Doppelganger, no problem. However, you're pretty bad against Nyx Assassin. It's a somewhat difficult matchup. If he burns your mana, that's a problem. If he carapaces your Swashbuckle, that's a problem. And he's burst damage, which is very good against Pango, so he can't get off shield crash if you're trying to kill him from full. I think his matchups are pretty decent, but not great. And let's see how he plays. So right off the bat, I have no idea why this guy's doing this, but he doesn't have all stats, which personally I prefer the all stats build. I prefer branch, branch, branch. The quelling is okay. Sometimes quelling branch, branch is fine, just so you can last hit a bit better, but I don't like this build very much. And then from there, he actually buys a stick, which is just so bizarre. Like, I don't know how people come up with these ideas. I don't know why they come up with these ideas, but you have to buy bottle mitt. Like, you just have no choice. There's no way around it. Why are you buying a stick? Either way, secures the range, that's fine, gets the deny, things are looking good, right? He could pull aggro up the hill here, focusing on the CS, that's fine, hitting there was fine as well. He definitely doesn't pull aggro up the hill, which he should, right? What I mean by that is, like, right there, for instance, both those creeps got denied. He should have pulled creep aggro to his range creep, or at least up the hill a little, so that they were further away from Archwarden's attack range. Now Archwarden hits level 2 first, should put some pressure on the Pango, which he does, and now Pango queues up a Bracer, which is such a grief. Like, oh my god, he also never pulls aggro. Like, guys, when creeps are getting low, pull them up the hill, so the enemy's auto attack has to fly in the air for longer, and so maybe they just don't throw the auto at all, right? Either one is fine, either one is a good result, and yeah, he's just struggling a little bit on the early CS. Not the end of the world. Good deny though, good swash there for the CS. I would have liked to see him use his W at least one more time. It gives you a 50 shield barrier. It's good for securing creeps. You can put pressure on Arc. Like for instance here, I feel like walking up for a W, securing the range is totally fine. It gives you that 50 shield block, which is, you know, 2 auto attacks from ranged heroes, assuming you get stout blocks, which, you know, is half the time. So either way, not the best start. Buys a Bracer now, which is good for last hitting, but what is most likely to happen is that, you know, at some point, if he trades a lot with Archwarden, for instance right now he's trading a lot, he does this enough, he just simply will run out of health. Yes, Bracer gives HP regen, but it's 0.75 for 500 gold, 0.75. Pangos give you 7 HP regen, this gives you 0.75, it's nothing. He is pretty good about using his swash, right, level 2 swash, but for the most part I'd say losing early CS to an Archwarden is very bad. I would say it's easier to last hit. As Pangolier, you have 2 nukes, you have a quelling blade. It's quite the problem. Now here, he actually looks like he might get a solo kill. Oh, that swash was so bad. Oh my god. Okay, he could have done that from much further range, and he is going to go down. And for instance, right there, this is why the... Oh! Guys, how do you get stuck in Archon? I don't understand. He's against a Midas Archward, and the guy's rushing Midas. No stick, no bottle. If Pango bought a bottle, there's no way this guy can lane. He's just gonna run out of health. Like, as long as Pango casts his nukes even somewhat decently, he will just kill him, solo kill him at some point, and then the Midas will giga not pay off. It's just a travesty to see. It's just like such a free one lane because of items, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, some of it's gameplay too, but most of it's just, I mean, in this case, the items are so bad that it's completely griefing the lane for, well, it should be both players, but either way, let's continue on. Eventually buys the bottle, which is good, you know, buys it eventually. It is nice here. Max swash. At this point, you'd want to be swashing Archwarden pretty frequently. Almost every time you want to secure a creep, you can just swash to harass, get some good damage. You can even, like, for instance, W here. I would like to maybe see him try to back up and bottle in between, as this arc is pressuring really hard. No, this is a disaster. Okay, not bad. All right, so he swashes there. At this point, what you want to try to do as Pangolier, in a lot of cases, assuming you've gotten a couple denies, is try to hit level 6 first, and then go for a kill if you hit 6 first, right? You can get a lot of solo kills on this hero. However, because of his death earlier, that is certainly not going to happen. And so, no, he needs to be more careful. Yeah, I was going to say, it's just a misplay. And you have to know, guys, if you get solo killed, the enemy will hit 6 first, unless there's some really weird scenario, okay? They will hit 6 first, and you have to respect that. At this point, he has lost a lane, and he needs to cut his losses. He should play for the 6-minute rune, he should be swashing the range, and that is it. He should not be trying to get this aggressive and play up and swash the wave. You know, this is just terrible, and so I'm not surprised he died. All right, we're gonna skip ahead to minute 11 here, only because some of the early game, it was just a mess, right? He was dying to Archward, and he's 1-4, his CS is horrible, the game is bad. So let's see how he tries to recover into the game. I wanna talk a little bit about spellcasting, because when you're having a bad game, the best things you can do is look for the enemy to overextend and then cast your spells well. When you're playing Pangolier, the main ability is Swashbuckle, right? You want to get it maxed out and you want to spam Swashbuckle. So in a clip like this is really bad. The reason why it's really bad is you have max Swash and you're leading with roll. There's no reason to do this, right? There's no reason to do this. And you might be like, oh, but what about Carapace? Well, first off, this guy doesn't have it. Maybe he doesn't know. It doesn't matter. Early game Carapace isn't going to kill you. It's not going to chain stun you. So first off, he should lead with Swash. You do not want to lead with roll in a scenario like this because the guy is not even low. The only time you would want to lead with roll is like, I guess if you're afraid they're going to get away, but even then, like Swash, it's going to apply corrosion, which is pretty important, and it's going to push you towards the enemy anyway. So there's not really a good reason to do what he's doing here. It's just bad, and it's often going to cause you to lose kills. He also didn't hit the first bump. This one is fine. That one was good. He should have rolled to this wall. He's just taking the long route for some reason, which it is what it is. That Swash was fine as well. But that kill could have been much, much quicker. And maybe if he executes that kill quicker, the Furion can turn, get a Sprout onto the Arc Warden, and they could kill Arc Warden too. That's actually very likely here because this Arc Warden has no defensive item. Not a single defensive item, not one. No wand, no boots. Not one, not a single one. And it's almost unfortunate to see that something like this, like just the idea of casting Swashbuckle first, is going to grief a player like this and keep him at a low level. Like, it really is insane, guys, but that is what it is, and that's why you have to be very careful about your gameplay. There are certain mistakes that are going to completely ruin your game, and we'll see it again in a clip like this. Rolls up in 2, and he uses it right away, which is somewhat reasonable, but swashes up in 2 seconds. And once again, you're gonna get off multiple swashes. If you swash first, then roll, you have 10 seconds to roll. Then when the roll ends, you have another swash. That is why you want to wait here, right? Click your swash, across, start the roll, and go. Right? He even could have maybe W'd, right? Swash W'd. Obviously, this roll is very good. How do you not hit the PL there? Oh my god. Why would you turn to the left? Why would you turn to the left? There's a guy on the right. Why would you go to the left? I cannot understand that. And then that swash was like max range. Either way, he didn't play that fight that bad, but once again, he should swash first, best case scenario, and he needs to roll to the closest wall. All right, so this next sequence is quite the grief. He does the roll thing again, but whatever, I won't harp on it. He should just use Swashbuckle. Either way, his defusal is extremely late, partially because he buys treads, which is sort of uncommon, but you know, it's a thing some people do. Either way, my main gripe with his next set of gameplay is that he just makes this kind of psychotic TP. If you don't have roll, you're not really gonna stop anyone from teleporting out, and so you need to make sure that someone TPing in is like setting up the kill. I don't know why this Furion TP didn't just to farm, but whatever. He needs to make sure that he just cancels the TP. You're not catching this PL. Like, let me show you guys this again, right? It's not even close, okay? And when this happens, guys, just don't TP. First of all, why didn't he TP here? Like, this guy is a level 9 PL with no items. TP on his ass, like literally TP on top of him. Okay, unless he's running this way, then TP in front of him, you know what I mean? So he should TP directly on top of him, and once you realize, oh, I'm not catching this guy, don't TP. It's the same thing with this damn Rake King. Why are you TPing? Do you really think the PL sucks this bad? Like, do you think he is this awful? If you think he's this, if it's Herald, maybe he dies there, I don't know. But there's no way you complete that TP. Wanna know why? He should clear this, kill this camp, maybe this camp. This camp's kind of defensive, it's far away from the action, probably not a good idea. This camp, then look for the 18-minute rune, you know what I mean? I swear I won't say it again. I won't say it again. This is the last time. This is the last time I'll say it. I know. Speed, we get the point, use Swashbuckle. I'm just saying. This must be part of the reason this hero's win rate is like bad the lower you go. Because people must not understand the value of getting 2 swashes off. It's the whole point of the hero. All right, at this point of the game, he kind of needs to put more of a priority on the mid wave. Like, for instance, here he's taking Ancients, which isn't that bad, and is honestly okay, but like, it costs him so much health that he walks back to base. At that point, considering he was full mana, he should just ship a salve and clear the mid wave. It's definitely much more efficient. but it is what it is. He finds the PL here, finally leads with Swash, which is good. They should pick up the kill on the PL. Very nice. That was actually great execution, so shout out to him there. Clears the bot wave. They find Nyx Assassin. They kill Nyx Assassin. Things are looking good. He pings the Roshan. Love that. Love that. That's wonderful. Okay. So, yeah, that's a great call from the Oh, they're going to contest. He's got to be careful. Oh, he took the Aegis. That's all right. He is a Wraith King. That's fine. He is running forward, which is a tad risky, but I think with the Aegis, that's fine. And he swashes the Jakiro. All right, things are looking good. He's turning around, clears the wave. I don't know what... This guy locked the hell in. He locked in. All right, he's locked in now. Getting a look for the tier 2. Okay, this Arc Warden showing here is kind of insane. Does he have Dust? Okay, he should probably buy Dust, because he could nearly solo kill this guy. And this Arc Warden is kind of alone, and definitely not in position considering he has no defensive item. Again. Okay, he should be more aggressive here, for sure. Like, when you have a God Ward, guys, like this Hill Ward, and they're just sitting on it, you need to use it. The Jakiro is dead. You have Aegis, and they're sitting on your ward with their Glass Cannon hero, okay? This is the equivalent to a sniper, right? You need to go on this guy if he's just sitting on a ward. It's pretty criminal that he's just standing there, which eventually he goes on him, and that's good. Should have defusal to keep him under the ward. Oh god, now it's just a completely wasted roll, and they're probably going to lose the fight because he just doesn't have roll now, right? And this is when Pango just doesn't look like that good of a hero because he doesn't dominate. I can see why this hero's win rate just isn't that good the lower you go. Like, watching this just makes it so obvious. It's because people just don't... I mean, the laning stage is a little hard, and then if you spellcast poorly early on, it's just an underwhelming hero. All right, eventually he's going to complete his Manta style, which frankly, I don't even know why he bought Manta. I'm just being honest. I don't even see what you're dispelling. I don't see what you're Manta dodging. Like, you can't really... Yeah, I have no idea why he has a Manta. The only reason you would buy Manta this game, honestly, is so you can push in waves, which they have Dawnbreaker, Wraith King, Warlock, and Furion. This is like one of the best wave clear teams in all of Dota. So this Manta is completely useless, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, that Arc Warden cooks. That guy cooks. But alright, we'll basically end the video there. If you want to know what items he should have bought Ags, Blink, Shard. Basically, he should just get on top of the Arc Warden or the Jakiro in the Nyx and try to solo kill them with Ags. Like, that's all he needs to do. It's definitely a game where you can get away with that. I mean, obviously you have to be a little careful with the Nyx, but you should be able to get away with it. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you learned a lot. I can imagine why they lose this game. You know, at some point, you fall off a little bit as Pango, for sure. You fall off a little bit, like at minute 30, 40. Sometimes the hero's not that insane. And they have Arc Warden and Appeal. They're going to scale very well. Even Tidehunter, Jakiro, and Nyx. They're all pretty, you know, strong scaling heroes. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and I'm out. Peace.
And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the Game Leap website where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.